So apparently around this time, there was a person who was confirmed by the Department of Human Resources to be, or Social Services, I'm sorry. He was determined to be a confirmed child abuser and a chronic alcoholic and gambler. So apparently this person was missing. I tried to remember the best I could to try to help with the local investigation, but because of, I don't know if it was what they had given me or what was in it. Could have been nothing at all, I don't know. Or it could have been a mental illness. There was a state doctor who thought it was a mental illness, but whatever it was, I just didn't remember, so unfortunately I couldn't help. So it may have been May of 1997 if that hypnotic therapy does me well. I can remember, but I believe I remember that at one point the follower of Satan came to this house I was staying in at the time. It was around 3 a.m. and he had someone with him who stood at the door. But he knocked on the door, and as I opened the door, he stepped in and he said, "Relax." And he said, "Turn around," as if he was a law enforcement officer. So that reminded me because just a few years earlier, someone had reported to me that he had pulled up in a truck and he was asking questions of where I was at, and it was at nighttime, and they said he was wearing a partially embroidered Huntsville police uniform, which was kind of odd because he was too young at that time to be a member of the Huntsville. So this follower of Satan, he tells me to turn around and put my hands behind my back and relax, as if he's a law enforcement officer. Then he throws me on the floor and he pins my hands behind my back and he thrusts his knee into the back of my neck. He tells me that I'm going to answer his questions because he wants to know. He starts to accuse me of a crime. Someone apparently incited him or was inciting people, telling him that I was behind this person's disappearance. He starts thrashing his knee into the back of my neck harder and harder, demanding that I answer his questions. And I remember because at this point he was a trained Navy SEAL. He was showing me at one point earlier, maybe a few years earlier, how you could break someone's neck with your knee in the back of their neck. So at this point I thought maybe he's trying to kill me.